All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Warchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and also to their elders, the men that taught them. I pray the Lord have peace, blessings, and mercy upon the households of the hopeful elect. This is the brother Shema Wan from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And real quick, I want to come with a lesson today, touching on some of the conversations that we had last night. After camp, a few brothers went to fellowship, get a bite to eat. In the conversations that we were having, just going into, the benefit of being able to receive the secrets of the Lord and to believe in it. And just touching on Exodus, the 14th chapter, that's kind of what stirred the conversation up. So, with that being said, I just want to get a few precepts, and I pray this will be edifying unto the Lord's elect. But let's start here. Romans 15:4, it says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." And Exodus, the 14th chapter, is the account, that we could look back at. All right. And look how the Lord kept his word. And matter of fact, let's just read it. Let me go to it, because it's a benefit knowing the secrets, the mysteries, and the things that, we're prophesying today, according to the scriptures, due to the Lord allowing us to understand those secrets and the hidden things. It should bring us comfort, because whenever they happen and whenever they take place, we shouldn't be acting like the rest of these people who are going to be clueless and who really didn't have faith in the words of the Lord. So whenever the time comes, they're not going to have that same hope. Okay? So Exodus, the 14th chapter, and we'll start at the top. Exodus 14:1, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pihahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Zephon, before it shall ye encamp by the sea." Now, mind you, this is us, making our exit out of Egypt. All right. The Lord already plagued them with the last plague, taking the firstborn of the Egyptians, both of man and cattle. And it says, it wasn't a house that, didn't get untouched. So every house got affected by the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So now we're making our way out. And mind you, we left with great substance. And we're leaving as a nation, not just a few in number. It said over 600,000 men, besides, counting the women and children. So it's a vast amount of people. Okay, mind you, the cattle and the substance and our belongings that we left with. But the Lord said, encamp before Pihahiroth. And, this place, looking it up in the blue letter, let's go to it. In the blue letter, it's H6367. And it says, mouth of the gorges. Mouth of the gorges. And real quick, a gorge, mouth of the gorges. A gorge is a narrow valley between hills or mountains, typically with steep rocky walls and a stream running through it. So that's the place where the Lord led us to. He wanted us to go here specifically for a reason. Okay. And it also says place where sedge grows. 1 second. Sedge is a type of plant. All right. But focusing on the point of like the actual region, the terrain, the geographics of this place. All right. It's not the best route to travel, with a large amount of people and with substance. It says a narrow valley between hills or mountains, typically with steep rocky walls. All right. Now, mind you, let's keep reading. So this is what the Lord is telling Moses. He said, verse 1, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. So tell the Israelites that they turn and encamp before Pihahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Zephon. Before it shall ye encamp by the sea. It says, for Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, the wilderness hath shut them in. So, mind you, the Lord is revealing this to Moses before this actually takes place. And that's the benefit, that's the benefit of having instructions, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. In today's time, us understanding these scriptures, okay, us knowing what is going to take place before it happens. So whenever it does happen, we're not going to be shocked or caught off guard. We're going to rely and take account of what the Lord told us to do. All right. The Lord ain't just saying these things for no reason. It's a benefit in trusting in the word of the Lord. It says, for Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, and the wilderness has shut them in. That word entangled in the Hebrew, H 943, Bawak. It says to be perplexed, confused. All right. Because mind you, the place where we were going, that's not the best route to take, especially between, how did this say, them steep rocky walls. It wouldn't be the typical route to go when you try to, make your exit, especially walking with a large amount of people and with great substance, keeping that in mind. Okay. And then it says, verse 4, Exodus 14:4, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariots and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, besides Pihahiroth, before Baal-Zephon. Now, mind you, you can only imagine it, knowing where we were, knowing the route that we were heading. Pharaoh knew, like, oh, hell no, ain't no way they're going to make it in the wilderness. There's no way, they ain't going to have nowhere to go. They're they're in the land of Pihahiroth, which ain't the most convenient place to travel through, especially with a great number of people. And they're at the border of the sea. So we can't go nowhere. All right. That's why, Pharaoh pursued after us. All right. Thinking it would be an easy overthrow. It would be an easy takeover. Why the hell did we let the Israelites go? Nah, fuck that. Let's go get them. All right. That's the mindset of Pharaoh. Verse 10, it says, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Now, mind you, Moses already got the instructions from the Most High on what was going to take place. So seeing it take place, that's why the children of Israel were so afraid. Now look at the spirit of Moses, who believed in what the Lord said. Verse 11, and they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? No hope, faithless. It said they were so afraid. Their fear crept in so much where they started to doubt. Mind you, the Lord just plagued Egypt, okay, in a way that has never happened, nor was known. Now it's just that woe is me spirit, that faint heart. After the Lord did these marvelous acts, glorifying his name and using us, to be a part of it, it just shows you how quick and easy whenever shit, goes south, or whenever things happen, when it seems to be, something that shouldn't. All right. And just showing you it's not going to be an easy way out, but it's a guaranteed way out if we just have faith and believe in what the words of the Lord say. It wasn't going to be an easy way out. And the Lord did it like that on purpose. Going back to the scripture, that, the things written aforetime, this is something to pay attention to. So leaving Egypt spiritually this time, it ain't going to be no cakewalk. OK, but let's see how the Lord deals. OK, so you have, the Israelites being faint hearted, murmuring and talking shit. It says, wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? So because, things got hot and their fear overtook them, now they talking about it'll be better to stay. We should have just stayed so we wouldn't have to deal with this. That's not the mindset or the spirit to have. It says, for it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. No, the Lord is taking us out of captivity. They were being brought out of captivity, but it wasn't the easiest and the smoothest thing. Hey, man. And that's the problem with the Israelites still to this day. Okay, they would rather serve and live an oppressive life, rather than exit captivity and go through, the struggles that may be presented. But look at what's taking place. We're leaving out of captivity. We're not going to be ruled over our enemies no more, other the heathen anymore. But Jake said it'll be better if we were back in Egypt, so we wouldn't have to deal with this situation. That's why, just thinking about certain scriptures. What is that? Hold up. Let me read this real quick. What is that? Joshua 1:8. The Lord telling us be courageous. I believe it is Joshua 1:8. No, 1:6. Hold up. I could start at 6, but I'm going to just get to the point. For us today, Joshua 1 in verse, I'm going to start at 7. It says, only be thou strong and very courageous, valiant, brave. It says that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses, my servant, commanded thee, to turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Now, mind you, this was the instruction the Lord gave to us before entering into the land that he promised unto us. Okay, but in these days that we're in now, being equipped with that mindset is what we need to be, is where we need to be, being courageous. Okay, be strong and very courageous. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. All right. In leaving this spiritual Egypt, to enter into the land that was promised to us, promised to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's the same thing. Okay. Now we actually hey, we're rehearsing the righteous acts now. The Lord brought it back to our understanding of who we are as a people. He brought us back to seek his ways, trying to keep the law to the best of our ability in captivity, which is impossible, but that's in our mind. We acknowledge the law. The law is not done away with, but we understand through faith, that's the way out. Okay. But going back to Exodus 14 and 12, it says, is not the word, Salat, verse 13. Okay. So mind you, the Israelites are scared and talking about, why'd you bring us out here? It wasn't enough graves in Egypt. So you brought us to the wilderness to die, just murmuring, talking about it would have been better if you would have left us in Egypt. So now this is Moses' response. Exodus 14 and 13, it says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, which he will show you today, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them no more forever. The Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua said unto Moses, why criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forth. Verse 16, I'll end it right here. But lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And that's what happened. Hey, what the Lord said, that's exactly what happened. So showing you, Moses was telling them, like, look, stand still. We don't have to be afraid. The Lord is, y'all about to see the salvation of the Lord. And these Egyptians are about to be done with. Ain't no more coming back and try to pursue us. All of them thoughts is over with. Just look forward, look ahead. And the Lord even told Moses, like, why you crying to me? Didn't I already tell you what to do? So just showing you the Lord wants us to trust in him. And we can, because look at the records that we have. Look at the proof. It's undeniable. We know who we are as a people now. And according to the prophecy, we know that the enemy is going to come in rushing like a flood. But look at what the Lord did for us in the past that, we could look at today, and our hope is going to be where it needs to be. Sirach 2 and 12, real quick. Sirach 2 and 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? None. We got the accounts. Although it might not be a smooth way out, but we can trust in what the Lord say. We could put our fear in the Lord, and it don't have to be towards our enemies. That's the comfort and the hope that we have, because we know this is all a part of prophecy, and this ain't the end all be all. Okay? Just like the Israelites couldn't have been consumed by the Egyptians. Why? Because the Lord already made a promise that we got to enter, into a land flowing with milk and honey. We got to enter into the land of Canaan. All right. So in the times we're in today, this can't be the end all be all. Hey, the Lord has to take us back home. Where we've been exiled. Nope. We got to return home and dwell there, forever in everlasting life. The new covenant is going to be in full effect. All of those promises have to take place. The covenants, all of those things are going to take place. So it's not the end all be all. I'll end it with this, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 34, and I'll start at verse 13. It says, those who fear the Lord will live, because they have put their trust in the one who can save them. All right. Not being faint hearted like the Egyptians, or like the Israelites were whenever they saw the Egyptians pursuing them. That's the thing, it's like they didn't they expected like a smooth just the carpet, rolled out. Nah, bro. Just because it ain't easy and going so well, that doesn't mean the Lord still ain't dealing. The Lord is a power who will try us, and put us to the test and very dramatic to make points, you know. But those who fear the Lord will live because they have put their trust in the one who can save them. Fear the Lord and you. Oh, Salaki, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm reading from the GNT, Ecclesiasticus chapter 34. And I'm in verse 14 now, reading in the GNT. It says, fear the Lord and you will have nothing else to fear. If your trust is in him, you will never act like a coward. People who fear the Lord are fortunate because they know where they can look for help. And that's exactly what it is. Okay, fearing the Lord, it says that's the beginning of wisdom. All right. And having that type of wisdom, knowing what comes with it, the Lord is the one who, delivers. None can deliver out of the Lord's hand. It's all up to him. And we got faith and we got trust in our power, and we're trying to serve him to the best of our ability, giving diligence, making sacrifices, that are acceptable. The Lord is going to come through with his word. We just have to hold on to it, regardless of how rocky it looks. Look at the things written aforetime for our learning. All right. But I'll end it there. I just wanted to get this while it was on my spirit. Just talking about it last night with a few brothers, and it was just, comforting, But yeah, so with that, I pray this was edifying, and Lord willing, to the next time I say shalom.